So hello everybody. This is Dana Morales with the Happiness Bucket, and I'm so happy that you are joining me today for our first scope ever. I'm so excited. I'm a little nervous, but this is something that I've wanted to do for a while. We have been looking at ways to really get the information out there, the different information out there for people to ingest, because our clients, our followers, you all are very busy. Hi, hot stuff. How are you doing? Thanks for joining us today. But our clients are very busy individuals, and they have a lot going on. And so we've been looking for ways that we could reach you in a new format. The Happiness Bucket educates and assists busy individuals with organizing their space, their life, and their soul. And so we're really excited about helping people get to their next level, helping them reach their ultimate happiness. Okay. And so, what does all that mean? It ultimately means that we assist people holistically. We deal with the entire person and not just their space, because what most people think about when they think about organizing is that they think about, homes and offices and moving stuff around and getting it perfectly set up in your home. And that is a big bulk of what we do. But what we also do is we assist individuals with clearing the noise and the clutter from their minds, allowing them to really focus on what truly makes them happy. Because, once we get your home or your space organized and get all of that clutter and that noise out of that space, then you're left with, okay, this was my existence for so long. What is going to make me happy? I have time to do things. I have desires and things that I want to accomplish in my life. And so we assist our followers and our viewers with identifying what that is and reaching towards that and obtaining that in their lives, and ultimately living their happiest life and going on their happiness journey. And so we like to go on those journeys with you and assist you in achieving that. Okay, so that is ultimately what the Happiness Bucket is about. So without further ado, I want to get into the meat of what today's scope is about. And today we are talking about the keys to organizing and decluttering. And being successful in organizing and decluttering. And so this is a very simple to me because I do this all the time, but it's a pretty simple concept once you really understand it, okay? And so ultimately, when I talk to individuals about organizing and decluttering, what I hear most common from them is, you know what? I try to organize and I try to, they don't really say declutter, but I try to organize my home, and I'm always organizing over and over again, and it just never stays that way. And I feel myself constantly organizing my home. And what I like to say is, organizing your home should really only be done once and then maintained over time, right? So ultimately, organizing is about creating systems in your home that enable you to recover. That is ultimately what organizing is about. And I'm going to say that one more time. Organizing is about creating systems in your home that enable you to recover. And so I'm going to explain that, because for me, that is the ultimate key to being successful with organizing and decluttering in your home. So what is a system? A system is something that is organically created for you. It is unique to you and your family in your space. It is very unique for you guys. So in other words, I cannot create, I have my system, my family, we have our system in our home. I cannot pick up my system and place it in your home and think that it's going to work perfectly. It is not, because it is unique to the Morales household. Okay. So you can use my system as an inspiration, but ultimately you have to develop your own system that is unique to your environment. It is an organic system, something that is developed organically from the actions and things that you all do in your home. And so, my system has evolved. When I was single, I had a completely different system, and it was a lot easier because it was just me. I didn't have to take into account other people in my space. And so that system changed a little bit when I got married. We were in the same space, but there was another person that had to be considered within that system. And so we developed a system for my married life. Well, then we had a child and moved. We happened to do that at the same time, but got married and moved. I'm sorry, we moved and had a baby at the same time. And so that was a completely different system in our new home because our old system no longer really worked in our new home. And so that's what I'm talking about. This system is very key to your organizing, understanding what that system is and how it organically is created. Okay. And so what do I mean when I say it enables you to recover? Organizing is, the system is important for your organizing journey, but also being able to recover means that, yes, I have a system, but that doesn't mean that my home is not going to get in disarray. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to have messes in my home. What it means is that you're living, right? That you are actually living in your home. You're not a statue in your home. And so it is going to get messy. There are going to be things that you have to pick up or clean up from time to time. But being able to recover means that if someone called me right now and said, you know what, Dana, I am in the neighborhood and I plan to be there at 12:30, or I plan on being there at 12:45. Is that okay? Are you going to be there? And my response will be, sure, come on. Now, is my house perfectly organized? I mean, not organized. Is it clean and perfect and pristine right now? No, it is not. Do I have my system established in my home? Yes, I do. Would I be able to immediately after this Periscope get up and pick up the space based on my system, pick up the space and get it organized to a point where someone walking in thinks it's pristine? Sure, I can. And I could do that within 15 to 30 minutes, the entire home, but the main living space could be within 5 to 15 minutes. That is because I have organic systems developed in my home that enabled me to recover quickly in order to continue to live my life. So in essence, if my house is a mess from top to bottom, it still does not take me all day to get my home back into an organized status, right? And I hate to use organized in that way, because your home, if it is truly organized using a true system, then it's still organized. It's just a matter of you having to recover. You have to put the stuff back where it belongs. It doesn't mean that it's disorganized. It just means that things are not where they belong. So there's a fine line. There's the line of I need to clean up my home, and there's the line of I need to actually create a system and organize my home. Those are two totally different things. And so for those who have read the book, I cannot think of the title right now, but it is a big wave right now, the KonMari method, where in the book she talks about once you are organized, you no longer have to do that. That is the same concept. It is once you truly are organized and you have things in a place, you have a unique place for every single thing, then you don't have to continue to do that. You may have to adjust it from time to time, which we call maintenance, but you don't have to constantly do reorganization. You ultimately are just recovering and maintaining. So those are the keys to organizing and decluttering. and I probably shouldn't even put decluttering in that title, because that has nothing. I mean, decluttering is part of that. That is part of creating your system and getting to that ultimate system. But organizing, it's more than just having pretty boxes on the shelf. That's beautiful, and I'm visual, and I love to see those things. But ultimately, you can be organized without having that stuff. Organization does not have to cost you a dime. Organization is more about the concepts and the thought processes behind how you place things in your home. Okay, so I hope you found this information helpful. It got a little deep a little bit, but hopefully you understand the point. And I'm going to repeat it one more time here. Organization is about developing systems in your home that enable you to recover.